So I'm just idling around the lake. Decided I want to fish the little A-rig. A-rig is a great thing to fish in the fall. It gets really, really good. Anytime the fish are on, anytime the bass are on bait fish, that A-rig is going to work. And I'm just idling around, looking at points and just places that the wind's blowing in. And I'll show you what is worth stopping on. If you find this is kind of what you're looking for. Just looking for balls of shad. You see these shad starting to come up right here. You got some little bitty arcs above that. That's going to be probably small bass. Let's see if I can get up here where it's thicker. Found a bunch of bait up here. I mean, you can see that's a lot of bait. You know, we're at 25 feet. It's coming all the way up to like 15. A lot of bait right in through here. You're just looking for these little scragglers around here, bass that are following this bait around. You got some bass right here. So that's what I'm doing. A lot of bait here. I'm not seeing a lot of bass though, so I'm gonna move on. Okay, here's a bunch of bait, and then here's some bass following the bait around. That's what it's gonna look like. So these fish are just there's bass all through here, just kind of mixed in. That's what you're looking for when you're idling around right there. This is worth stopping and throwing. You got bass sitting on top of this shad right here. I'm not seeing anything big down there. Sometimes there'll be bigger fish mixed in the shad and you won't even be able to see them. But look at this bait school. Tons of bait. So let's see if we can catch a few fish out of this big old bait school. See what happens. Tie on that A-rig and make some casts. Let's get after it. It's kind of exciting. I haven't thrown an A-rig in months and months and months. Yes, sir. I don't like throwing it, but I do like throwing it. A-rig fish. That's what you're looking for. You got bait and you got bass mixed in with that bait. Once you find them, it's pretty easy. Little fish. Well, I didn't want to break out this Alabama rig, but it is pretty dang fun. Just gotta idle around till you find the fish. Not catching big ones, but it is fun. There's what you're looking for. Just a bunch of bass, little schools of bass. These are small fish, but they're fun to catch. I'll talk to you a little bit about what I've been doing out here today. Kind of got off that shallow stuff and just started fishing these suspending fish. Talk a little bit about it shortly. It's fun. I gotta eat a sandwich though, I'm drained. Wind's blowing 100 miles an hour out here. Air temps are like mid 70s, which is crazy for middle of November. I gotta eat. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about what I'm doing today just to catch these suspended fish that are chasing these bait balls around. It's pretty straightforward. I'm just throwing a little Alabama rig. I got blades on there. I've got some little 3-inch Kitex. on, some of them are on 1/8 ounce heads, some of them are on 16th ounce heads. I got the 2 on the bottom there, they're 1/8 ounce heads, these 2 right here. And then I've got a bigger, and then the top ones are on 16th ounce heads. And I've got a bigger one, like a 4-inch. These are all 3-inch. And then I got a 4-inch in the middle. And I put a little chartreuse on that 4-inch. A lot of times they'll key in on that bigger one. And I've caught a couple on that, but it seems like they're just hitting the 2 that are on the bottom. So every day is a little bit different, but pretty straightforward stuff.
Love it. Good times. Holy crap, look at this, guys. That's what you're looking for. That is what you're looking for. A bunch of fish here. Saw that little school of fish on the graph and I kind of eased off and let my bait fall. And this thing's deadly. There we go. Not the biggest fish. That's fun. There he is. Looks like a little bit better fish. Yeah, that's a better fish. There we go. A little bit better fish. A little better quality. This wind is brutal out here.
Pretty straightforward stuff. 20-pound fluoro, and I got a 7'3". It's the Lew's Custom Light. It's my pitching rod. It is a LCL MJR, so it's a Magnum jig rod. It's a custom light, 7'3". It works perfect. You know, this little A-rig, it's the Flash Mob Junior. It's not heavy at all. You got some 1/8 ounce heads on there. You don't need a big rod. Honestly, like a 7.4 to 7.6 to get it out there a little bit further, but for what I'm doing, it works just fine. I just wasn't really planning on doing this, and I kept seeing all this bait, and I thought, well, I'm gonna try it. I haven't really messed with it this year, and it's been fun. Caught some fish. You know, it's you just got to run around and find the bait balls, and then find some bass following them, and take a look at your graph and look at it, see if it looks like something that's gonna happen. If not, you gotta move on. Can't get lazy, which I like to just fish. So this graphing thing, you kind of gotta discipline yourself to put your rod down and go around and graph for a while. And I'm getting better at it. I was a lot better at it 3, 4, 5 years ago, probably 5 or 6 years ago when I first got my Lowrance side scan stuff. Spent a lot of time doing that, and I've kind of gotten away from it a little bit. So I'm trying to get back into it.
fish crushed it. Sitting right on that windy point, right where he's supposed to be. Small one. There he is. Let him eat it. There he goes. Catching little ones, but it's fun. There we go.
Give the A-rig a try. It's fall right now. It's happening, you know, it starts happening in the fall and it runs all the way through the winter and early spring. Just find that bait, find the bass, make your cast, try to figure out, you need to figure out how deep, you know, you're fishing. You want to try to run it right through the tops, right over the tops of those bass. And that just comes with trial and error. If you're not getting bit, a lot of times it's because you're reeling too fast. You know, go as slow as you can. That's real important. And I'll do a little twitch, you know, I'll put a little English on it, like Mikey Ball says, every once in a while. And sometimes you'll get a bite doing that. But it's just about finding those fish. And a lot of times they'll move too. So what I do is I'll kind of ease up on the trolling motor since I don't have live scope. And if I see a group of fish, first of all, I'll scan. I'll find some fish on the side scan. Then when I jump up on the trolling motor, I'll make a few casts. If nothing's going on, I'll kind of ease up there and see what's going on. And if I see the fish still up there, I'll kind of back off. Especially today, the wind's blowing so hard. I just kind of let off the trolling motor. The wind just kind of blows me back. And then I'll make some more casts. And if I don't get bit, you know, I'll ease back up there. If I don't see anything, I'll kind of go to the right or the left and try to refine those fish. And sometimes you have to get back on the big motor and kind of idle around to relocate those fish. So it's just a matter of, usually they don't go far. They're just kind of drifting around with the shad. So it's just about locating that bait and staying on top of that bait and just keep casting and casting, and you'll catch fish like that. Another thing you can do, depending on how deep the water is, let's say you're on a point or something, there's a ball of bait up on that point, and those fish kind of slow down. You can throw something underneath them and drag it on the bottom. Typically a shaky head works really good for me, but you can throw a jig as well. A Ned rig will work too. Whatever you got your most confidence in as far as dragging bait on the bottom, go with that. You'll pick up some extra bites because a lot of times there's fish that are sitting, well, most of the time there's fish that are sitting underneath that bait ball on the bottom, and they'll just come up and get what they want and then they'll go back down. A lot of times you can't even see them on the graph, but they are down there. So if you find a good bait ball and you've been getting bit out of it and it kind of dies down, take a little bit of time. You can even throw a Carolina rig through there, but take some time and throw a jig and drag something through there, and you will pick up a few extra bites. So hey, appreciate you guys coming along on this little adventure. Like I always say, please subscribe. We're getting up there close to 2,000. That's the goal for the year. I think we're gonna do it. I'm excited about that. We got a live stream at 7:30 on Monday night, 7:30 Central. Come check that out if you have some time. That's all I got for you. It's been a fun day out here. The wind's been killing me, but it was well worth it. So until next time, guys and girls.